This is KGW News at Sunrise.
11 fires in 4 hours, and Portland Fire says a serial arsonist is to blame. Coming up this morning, hear from some of the victims. Plus.
And today I wanted to make an announcement. I will be stepping down as Chief of Police for the City of Portland.
That's right. You just heard Chuck Lavelle making a big announcement there, giving up the top spot as Portland's Chief of Police. Coming up, a look back at his time at the Bureau and what we know about his temporary replacement.
Also this morning, we're going to take you out to Oaks Park. Oaks Park bringing back its Oktoberfest celebration. So this is a live look inside the Fest Hall that they created there.
The Fest Hall.
The Fest Hall.
I like it.
Yes, the Fest Hall is up and running, although nobody there yet because the celebration doesn't actually start until tomorrow evening. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you can check out the Oaks Park Oktoberfest. We'll have more details coming your way here throughout the show.
Yeah, first weekend of fall. Good Thursday morning, everyone. The weather's kind of changing. I'll let you, though, handle those details.
Today, technically, is the final, completely full day of summer because fall begins tomorrow evening.
Setting it here.
50.
Will it feel like summer?
Will it feel? Yes. We go out with the shebang, if you will. We have two absolutely gorgeous days today and tomorrow. Enjoy it because we don't see two more back-to-back beautiful, gorgeous, sunny days for quite some time. Temperatures outside this morning are chilly. 47 Happy Valley, Oregon City 43. Salem's now down to 45. Lebanon and Estacada at 42. 45 out in Dallas. Looking for some fog pockets, are only seeing that so far along the coast. Otherwise, a sunny blue sky with basically no wind today. 64 degrees at noon, a lovely 75 for you at 5 p.m. Here's Chris McGinnis.
That looks awesome. All right, some trouble on the roads already this morning. Our Rose City Sky Camera showing some flashing lights here on the Markham Bridge. This is southbound I-5. Not sure if we're dealing with a disabled vehicle or a crash at this point, but what I can tell you is that the right lane is blocked. Obviously, traffic volume still pretty light. Our camera bouncing around a little bit, but that's our first trouble spot of the morning, guys. Otherwise, the rest of our morning commute is free and clear.
Excellent. All right. Thank you, Chris. Arson investigators with Portland Fire and Rescue are now searching for a serial arsonist.
They think one man is responsible for setting 11 fires throughout Portland's east side yesterday morning. Let's bring in our Devin Haskins now. Devin, officials say they fear the person responsible could set more fires if he's not caught.
Yeah, correct. They don't know if he will, but say it's always a possibility. So they want you to look at these photos we're going to show you and be aware of him. Doorbell cameras caught this man wearing the red sweatshirt you see right there, setting multiple fires. Investigators say they believe he's connected to 11 fires set along a 4-mile stretch from 28th and Sandy down to the Oaks Bottom area. First, lighting a fire in this dumpster in the Kearns neighborhood before setting fire to a pallet of pots off Southeast Ankeny Street. Investigators say he started lighting fires around 3 yesterday morning. It all stopped around 7. One homeowner says she woke up to bushes burning right outside of her front door on Southeast Franklin Street. She says she had to jump out the side of her house to avoid the flames.
It was close. I think it could have gotten to a point if I didn't get my hose out and the guys didn't come over, my house would have been on fire.
All right, so Portland Fire wants you to keep an eye out for that man. And if you head to our website, kgw.com, we have those photos again so you can get a longer look to see if you recognize him. Brenda?
Devin, thank you. Well, in less than 3 weeks, Chuck Lavelle will no longer be Portland's police chief. Yesterday, he announced he's stepping down effective October 11th. Lavelle was sworn in back in 2020. His tenure covered some of the toughest times in Portland's history, including the pandemic, riots, and the ongoing homeless crisis.
I took this job essentially overnight in June of 2020. And I always knew that I wasn't going to do it for the 7 years remaining I had in my career. So I think it's always been a question of when is the right time.
Lavelle will stay with the Bureau, but he'll move into community engagement work. Mayor Ted Wheeler has appointed Bob Day as the interim police chief. Day worked at the Police Bureau for 29 years in a variety of roles and is stepping out of retirement to take this on. But he says he does not want this job long term.
A months-long investigation and review into Multnomah County Animal Services resulted in over 100 recommendations. Some of those recommendations include improvements to pet safety at the shelter and overall work culture. Next week, county commissioners will hold a briefing to go over the findings, and the county has already hired a new project manager to implement changes. The review started after former employees came forward accusing the shelter of animal neglect. Kaiser Pharmacy employees, meanwhile, say they're planning to strike starting 10 days from now on October 1st. The workers' union accuses Kaiser of unfair labor practices. The two sides have been in contract negotiations now for months. The strike covers about 1,000 pharmacy technicians in Oregon and Southwest Washington. It's set to last for 3 weeks, and again, it's set to start on Sunday, October 1st.
Today, the Oregon Health Authority and Kaiser Permanente will meet virtually to talk about the upcoming respiratory virus season. Right now, nationally, COVID cases are up, so are hospitalizations. But while the CDC has approved new COVID vaccines, we have found they're kind of hard to find in some parts of the metro area. We checked in at the independent Brooklyn Pharmacy in Southeast Portland. They're hopeful they'll have their vaccine supply by mid-October. Owner Pat Hubble says his doses are on back order from 2 different suppliers.
So we're working hard to stay part of the community, and being a part of this community is able to provide those vaccines. So we're really anxiously awaiting that shipment.
You don't want to have to wait till mid-October to start getting these.
Oh gosh, it would be great if they showed up tomorrow.
So some of the larger pharmacy chains do have appointments available that you can make online, but it's hit or miss so far, depending on location. You can also watch the Oregon Health Authority's meeting later this morning at 11 o'clock on its YouTube channel.
Beginning next week, you can order free COVID test kits from the federal government because there's an uptick in cases nationwide. Free tests were first made available last year, but they were put on hold in June to conserve supplies. Well, just like before, each household can order up to 4 free tests to be mailed to you. Beginning next Monday, September 25th, you can place your order at covidtests.gov.
Rod, you mentioned right at the top of the hour that this is the final full day of summer.
Yes.
It's kind of a tricky start to fall. Did you say the other day it's going to start like 10 minutes before midnight Friday night?
Yeah, tomorrow night, 11:50 p.m. So, you know, we had these amongst the ridiculous conversations that we often have.
Internal.
When does fall start? Is Friday the first day of fall, or is it Saturday?
We really did have that conversation.
It lasted too long. What did we land on? Is Friday the first day of fall or Saturday?
At 11:50 p.m.
Yeah, at 11:50.
Fall begins Friday evening.
Starts
but
Friday.
I would say Saturday's
The first full day.
full day.
It's going to
It's
be
not
Saturday.
settled. It is not
Still
settled.
not settled.
Technically.
Turn and look at this graphic, guys. This is the, by the way, this is fall. This weekend, all right? I don't really expect any sun this coming weekend. Today is going to be gorgeous and sunny. Tomorrow, gorgeous and sunny. Enjoy it. If you're going to the coast this weekend, on average, both days will be no warmer than 65, and there will be rain at times. It's kind of tough to pinpoint which periods of time at the coast are going to be wetter, so I would just expect it's not going to be raining all the time, but both days we'll see some occasional rain. In the valley, again, the rain forecast isn't a high confidence call for the weekend in terms of how much we're going to get or when we're going to see it. There's still a possibility Saturday morning will be dry, and then rain will pick up in the afternoon. I still think there will be rain on the radar in our region. Portland, Salem, Vancouver, most of Sunday, 67 degrees. And then over in Central Oregon, it should be dry on the other side of the Cascades, but a lot of cloud cover and around 70 degrees. So that's kind of the nutshell of your weekend. That upper level low that produced a few showers here on the west side of our state yesterday has now settled and is just kind of sitting over the Idaho-Oregon border. You see scattered showers still showing up. Pendleton and then coming down into John Day. Here's the current radar this morning. This is snow, by the way, with temperatures early this morning in the 30s. There's a thunderstorm threat for you folks as well. Futurecast does show that there could be some showers migrate back to the east into Bend, or excuse me, back to the west into Bend, and also potentially up into the Dalles area in Wasco County. The only thing I'm watching fog-wise right now is McMinnville and then over at the coast, but temperatures are falling, so we could start picking up increasing fog pockets in the coming hours. But basically, sunny 77 today, 79 tomorrow. This is summer! This is fall. What a difference. Oh my goodness. Back to you.